Hi, welcome to this channel. So upon the request of our friends who have recently watched my video on the 1850s E.G. Kamehameha, today I'm going to share with you on the Yuma Habia Leg Chong Tei Hei Lok Tei Sang Kan of the 1850s Wing Chun. So Yuma Habia is the horse and the waist is one, or it is integrated, or sometimes people translate that as the Ma Bo and the waist is one. Okay. Leg Chong Tei Hei is translated as power up from ground. Lok Tei Sang Kan is translated as rooting. So you have this Ma Bo and waist integrated, or they are one. That's the first concept. The second is the power up from ground. The third is rooting. So today I like to share with you this, and so that you know exactly what they are, and so that you be able to develop it. The key is to get you experience it, and so you'll be able to develop it. So again, I always need to make the clarification here. This is for 1850s Wing Chun. Got nothing to do with the 1960 version of Wing Chun. However, if the Wing Chuner of 1960 like to adopt to what I present in my channel, everybody is welcome, because what I present, what I share to you is not Hendrik's property. It's not my lineage property. It is the ancient Chinese culture. It is the ancient culture of 1850s Wing Chun. It doesn't belong to anybody. No family owns this stuff. It belongs to everybody. Okay? So we need to make this clear, because this channel is for education and culture, not to teach you how to fight, or not to present that who is the grandmaster or gatekeeper of anything. Okay. So on this Ma Bo and waist integrate, or horse and waist integrate, power up from ground, Leg Chong Tei Hei, and rooting, Lok Tei Sang Kan, we need to be really careful. Okay? Never, ever, ever, ever go learn this stuff in the movie. Today, in Chinese martial art in general, many people is just repeat terminology, while their body, they do not know what to do with it. So it is empty words. So in the movie, when people talk about, like the movie of Wing Chun, when they talk about this Ma Bo and the waist is integrated, or is one. Okay, like the movie Prodigal Son. Forget about it. Okay, the actor doesn't have that kung fu in his body. So he's just talking something and he's doing something else, okay? So today, after this video, you know exactly what it is, okay? And you, if you like, develop it. Now, before that, I like to share more details on the past video on the 1850s Yi Kamyangma, okay, because a few friends from Wing Chun asking me too. So, the first thing is that stance, standing that way, okay? Not the popular this type of stance or this type of stance, but this way. It's actually a Shaolin stance. Okay, a Shaolin stance fused with the details or upgrade to the details of the Zhuang, Qi, and so forth handling. So this is the Shaolin Short Strike Classic. Look at this. Look at the leg. Okay. So with this is a Shaolin Short Strike. It upgrade to all those handling of the Qi meridians. That is where it became the 1850s Wing Chun's parallel stance or Yi Kamyangma. So technology always comes from somewhere. It's not come out from the blue. Okay? Now, so we know it is Shaolin Short Strike because if you want to use Shaolin Short Strike, you need to have that type of body handling or body method according to Qi Guang to do the job. And the Mei is just improve it. Okay? And from this you can see too, Chinese ancient martial art is not something like there's this guy called Moi, and then he see the snake and the crane fighting, and then they invent this ultimate martial art called Wing Chun. No, it is not that way. It is keep improving, like today's technology of your cell phone and everything. It keep improving type of stuff. Even at the general Qi Guang time, if you read it, it is like that. Okay? Now, so we need to know this. This is the truth. Okay? Now, one thing we need to be really careful when you get into this stance stuff. As in the 1850s writing of the Xiu Lim Tao, it always tells you following the natural, following the natural. Now, this is natural. The 2C state or the deep breathing state. If you read my book, Wing Chun Matrix, that is the 2C state where you develop your lower abs breathing in the proper Yi Kamyangma. Okay, in Wing Chun Matrix there's that. Okay, the entire process. If you look at that stance, and also like in the previous video I showed you, that stance is in the same direction of today's stance when people play sports. The ready stand to play sport, ready to follow your opponent, ready to attack your opponent, ready to go turn left and right. It is in the same direction. Why? Because the human instinct, that's called natural. You're using human's natural, human instinct to develop that Kung Fu. Okay? So it never is, oh, today I have a concept of circle, so I'm going to make my entire body is mimicking a circle. Or I want to make my body as a square, or I want to make my body as a triangle. It is not that. It is natural. So anybody who really developed the Yi Kamyangma 1850 when they look at your opponent's stance, they know what it is because they have developed in their body, they experience it, thus they be able to screen other people. Why this is important? What if I take a stance with you? I need to know how fast or how far you can shoot into me. Isn't that is a reality in the sparring? How fast, how far this jab can get to me? That evaluations has to be there at the first glimpse. So it is like if we watch the movie Iron Man, there's a screen display when you see your opponent right away, it tells you what is going on with your opponent. And that is based on your body, your experience of develop the Kung Fu within your body. Okay? So it is all about following the natural, the instincts of human. All development is based on that nature, instinct of human. And that is the link how we can close the gap with the modern science. Because we know, oh, you are doing this, using this human instinct. Now this is the scientific study of the human body instinct. Well, they match. So we know this is right. It's not about Hendrik the Grandmaster or Hendrik the Supreme Grandmaster say that. Forget about it, okay? So the bottom line of 1850s Wing Chun is human instinct. You have to build up from human instincts, okay? Now, one of the things our friend asked me, which watch I use for that measuring the jump, the vertical jump, and the recovery, so forth. Well, I'm using the Polar Vantage V2, okay? So the Polar Vantage V2 have that ability to measure the jump test, the leg test, okay? See whether the leg's recovery and how high you jump. And sure, you know, you guys who watch my channel always see me have new gadget. Well, the sales of my books is funding this new gadget. Otherwise, my old lady will scream at me every day buying toys, okay? So that's the reality. So this is a little pricey, but if you can afford it, it's a pretty good one, the Polar Vantage V2. No, I don't have stock of the Polar, but you can measure recovery, heart rate variability, your VO2 max, your leg strength, your heart rate tracking, your sleep recovery, and all kind of stuff, okay? So this is pretty good. As my wife said, it is a toy, okay? So I'll leave this to you here, okay? Now, okay, let's get down to the Mapo, or the horse and waist is integrated or one, okay? Yu Ma Habiat, or sometimes people even talk about Lok Ma, sinking your horse, those stuff, okay? And then the power up from ground, like Chong Bei Hei, and the rooting on ground, which is the Lok Bei Sang Kan. Well, so what it is? Well, if you look in the traditional Chinese martial art for past 100 years, you can see all kinds of philosophy. All kind of, I think so, I believe so, if so, well, this is very simple stuff. You can learn it now right away within 5 seconds. You can know all this, and here on you'll be able to use it. I promise you, you can do that today, okay? Now, the entire thing, the most simplest form of the marble and waist or waist integration or become one, power from ground, root to the ground, the entire thing, you can experience it, not just know, experience it with what? With a single vertical jump. So, big deal, okay? A vertical jump have all of this, okay? So, the first thing, if you want to do a vertical jump, your leg and your torso, you know, your waist here, you see my waist, it's not like that, my waist, I cannot jump that way. My waist, my leg, my knees, all have to be integrated for me to drive upward or to deliver the explosive. And when I'm going downward, the entire body, which is the leg, the knees, the waist, have to become one in order for me to absorb the impact. Or that is the thing, okay? Now, so in a single vertical jump, you have the Yuma Habdiat. Your marble and your waist is one. The driving, exploding up, that is Lek Chung Tei Hei, power up from ground. The landing, absorption, that is grounding, root on ground. Lok Tei Sang Kan. Okay, it's a root when you land. Lok Tei Sang Kan, that is about the absorb handling. So with a single vertical jump, you know the marble and waist is one. You know what is the power up from ground. You know what is rooting to the ground. Do that 5 seconds, you can have the feel of it. So once you have this, you know how you need to know how to handle that, right? That's why in the past video I shared with you how is this handled. And if you don't understand, you don't know, you want to know the details, go read my book, Wing Chun Matrix, Wing Chun Inceptions, and the Restricting Wing Chun, on all this momentum and body handling and so forth, so forth. Or the basic Wing Chun art and science of beginning Wing Chun is, see all my books describe details in different depth, okay, how in depth. To the minimum, get the Wing Chun matrix, then you will be able to get pretty much what is there on the 1850 Ichi Kamyong Ma, and you'll be able to pass this vertical test easily if you develop that, okay? So Wing Chun Matrix have that, even you have the tools to help you to use the yang side and so forth, right? Now, so once you get this, at every step or every move in your practice of 1850s Wing Chun, it doesn't matter it is a sparring, it doesn't matter you practice the Xiu Lim Tao, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, where you're standing like you are standing in the locations, or you're moving out from the area. Every steps, every move, one need to have this Yuma Habyak, Lek Chung Tei Hei, 落地生根. Say if I do a 復手, see my body? I have to have my Yuma hợp nhất, the body and the legs one. I have to have the driving explosive power, like when I jump up. And then, when I get out, I have to have the absorption. And then with the absorption, I can further handle the recycling of momentum. Same thing if I move up. If I move up, I'm doing the same thing. So, the reason why I chose the vertical jump is because that is the simplest form. You don't have to pay me 10,000 euros to learn this top secret of 1850. You just a few seconds to do a jump, and you know they're off. So keep your money. You can go buy some Polar Vantage V2 instead of paying me, but you know what it is. And then you can read about this thing in today's sports science training. Look at those people who do volleyball. Volleyball. How their body has to handle. Even basketball people. Right? So this is what I like to share with you. This Yuma Hadya or Lokma and the Lek Song Dei Hei and the Lok Dei Sang Gan is just a terms to describe human nature's movement or the body handling. It is not some kind of philosophy. You add in Tai Chi, you add in this and that, and then suddenly you live in what? Mars. You no longer live here. And you don't have the gadget like this, toys to check it out. Okay? And of course you will need to use it for every steps. So many people told me about, oh, pressure in sparring. Well, what pressure in sparring if you already start from the kindergarten, is following your instinct and so forth? Don't you train the same with Thai boxer? Don't you train with the same mechanic with the Western boxing and so forth? We're all using the same human natural mechanics or instincts. It's just Western boxing have a unique way to express their style. Thai boxers have another unique way, and 1850 short strike Wing Chun have a unique way, and none of these ways is philosophy, straight line, triangle shape, circle shape. None of this there. Those are man-made stuff. Those are not Chinese culture. Chinese culture is always, as the Lao Zhi, Tao De Jing said, the Tao follows natural. So the entire thing, we link it up, we know what it is, we make it happen. That's the notion of this channel.